Hello, Westminster family. It's really good to be back with you, even in this little way. And even though that we're not gathering together on this Sunday or the following Sunday as well. But I thought I would record something for you. I wanted to offer a short reflection today, especially after the past few weeks and what I have experienced. Weeks that have been full of change and beauty, challenges, laughter, and gratitude. As many of you know, Lionel and I spent the last 3 weeks on a road trip down to my mom's place. We made the journey in our trusty old RV, which we named Priscilla. And yes, she is just as fabulous as she sounds. But on this trip, we were joined by Fred and Barney. Fred and Barney are our 2 9-month-old ginger cats. And they brought their own brand of chaos along with us, and comedy and adventure. I have to say, especially at night. Picture this: 2 cats leaping around a small RV in the middle of the night, chasing bugs, chasing each other, howling at the moonlight. It wasn't restful, I have to say, but it was memorable and a lot of fun. But the reason for this trip down was to help my mom begin a big transition, preparing her house for sale and getting ready for her move to Chartwell Seniors Residence just on Arundel here in Thunder Bay. That meant going through boxes of memories and sorting out decades and decades of family life and navigating all the emotions that come with saying goodbye to an area that she has lived in for the best of 40 years. And I have to say that doing all this was quite tiring. It was hot, and it was not the kind of vacation that you would actually write postcards about. However, it was also full of joy. Almost every evening, we would sit down and watch the Blue Jays win game after game, and my mom just loves it. She's a dedicated fan, and she was cheering from her recliner. There were long chats with friends and visits with family. Unfortunately, some of them a little difficult. We spent some time with my Aunt Daphne, who has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and also with our dear friend Judy, who had taken a nasty fall outside her home, broken both of her femurs, and have been told by her doctors that she will never walk again. These were not easy visits at all. They carry great weight of grief and uncertainty. But like with any difficult time, I was struck by the light in those moments too. I was struck and happy with the spark of hope in my aunt's eyes as she settled into her new apartment with her longtime partner, Hans. We were happy and had deep gratitude as we shared time with our friend Judy in the hospital. We held her hand, we laughed, we told stories and memories, and we simply sat together. What I realized over these weeks is something you probably know as well. Life rarely gives us just one thing at a time. Joy and sorrow kind of hold hands. Exhaustion and beauty travel together. And we make space for a new life, even while we let go of what we've loved. The gospel reading for this Sunday is the parable from Luke 12. Jesus tells a story of a man who stores up his wealth, building bigger barns and more bigger barns to hold all of his grain, only to learn finally that his life will be taken from him that very night. So Jesus ends the parable by saying, "So it is with those who store up treasures for themselves, but are not rich towards God." It is a sobering parable, not because having stuff is wrong. It's not. but because it reminds us to ask, what are we truly investing in? What really matters? For me, over these past few weeks, being rich toward God looked like this. Time spent with my mom as we let go of things but held on to each other. Laughing over lunch with friends we hadn't seen in years. Sitting beside loved ones in pain, choosing presents over easy answers. Standing in awe of our favorite provincial park, Grundy Lake, and also at Marie Louise Lake, letting the waters wash away all the stress of the day as we swam in their warm waters. And at the same time, giving thanks for the stunning beauty of this land that we call home and love so much. You know, Fred and Barney may not remember Sleeping Giant or remember much of the trip at all, but I will, and I know Lionel will as well. The quiet shoreline, the breeze, and the grace of just being alive in that beautiful place. So this week, I invite you to notice what treasures you're storing up, not in barns or bank accounts, but in your heart. Are you storing up love, peace, joy, forgiveness? Are you rich toward God? Westminster, we will be back together for worship on Sunday, August 17th, and I am really looking forward to that Sunday to be back with all of you. But it's also going to be a special day as we celebrate the baptism of Shane and his young son, Carl. A joyful moment of welcome and blessing into our church family. But before then, just so you know, I am off to Calgary this coming Tuesday for a full week at General Council 45. And if you're not sure what that means, General Council 45 is the national gathering of the United Church. It's the 45th one. And it's where we talk about the future of the church itself as a whole, where we vote on proposals. As a matter of fact, we have a proposal through on MAID in honor of Sheila and John Noyes. And we will also elect a new moderator. It's a big week of discernment, and I look forward to sharing some of the things that happened when I return. Until then, I offer you this. May you find beauty in unexpected places. May you know grace even when the road is long. And may you feel the love of God holding you. Whether you are simply camping with cats, moving house, visiting friends or family, or simply sitting in your backyard and enjoying the beauty of the summer. So blessings, friends. We'll see you soon. Amen.